All right, welcome back. So this is the last video in this series, and it's simply how do we actually get some of the information that's contained in Hunchly out so that we can share it with others or maybe collaborate with other Hunchly users or start writing reports. So I'm going to show you very quickly how we can do that using the case export system. All right, so we're going to stick with our Just in Sites case. It's pretty small. Often cases are going to run in the hundreds, if not thousands of pages, depending on what you're up to. And in your main case view, you have a couple of options here. You can export a full case, which is a zip file. And by clicking that button, Hunchly's going to start working in the background to assemble all of your pages and put together all the information in a zip file for you. And this zip file you can actually send to your colleagues and they can import it. So you can just click here, download it. And what you're able to do is if you are importing a new case from the main screen, you can click Import Case. You can merge it with an existing case. So again, if you have 2 or 3 people working on the same case, you can all send your cases to one guy or gal and they can import it all into one case. We can call it a new case, or we'll say just in new. We can select import case file and then it'll bring in all the pages, the searches, the photos, everything into that new case for you. So that's one way, doing that case export. Now there's something else that's a little trick here that I'm going to show you. So when you actually crack open this export file as it stands now, you're going to want to use Hunchly to actually pull that zip file back into Hunchly. So it's really designed for that. And the reason for that, again, is that we're creating these compressed pages. But there's a setting where if you have someone who does not have Hunchly and you want to send them a whole case, maybe it's a bunch of pages, there's an option in your settings pane where you can say decompress pages when exporting to zip file. Okay, so what does this actually mean? So if we save this and go back and do another export, so we're going to pull down the zip file. And again, it's just going to show up in your downloads. So here's one we pulled down previously. I'm just going to get rid of it so that we have a clean download, and we'll just refresh the page here. All right, so our fresh export is ready, and again, this will have all the pages decompressed. We're going to crack this zip file open. And what you're going to notice when you open up the zip file is a few things. Number one, you're going to have this index.html. So what this is it allows anybody with Google Chrome, so you can tell, someone who maybe a lawyer or another person who doesn't have Hunchly, just open the index.html page. It's got a little list of the pages starting with the oldest, moving to the newest, their timestamps, and of course, when you click these little links, what it's going to do is open up the full MHTML capture from your export. So this is actually loading the capture up, and that person who doesn't have Hunchly can very easily click through the pages that they're interested in without having extra software to install, although of course you should probably tell them to buy Hunchly because it's awesome. All right, so that's how we can do a zip file export. There's also a handy CSV file inside of your export that they can use if they want to import maybe domains or other things into e-discovery tools, or I've also demonstrated previously how you can pull some of this data into Maltego, which is also really useful. So that's what they can do there. All of the MHTML files are here. Just tell folks to download and install Google Chrome. They don't need Hunchly. They can open those MHTML files. We have our photos. So the photos that we tagged are right here. We can crack those open and examine them. All right. And when you took screenshots with your note system, they're also in here. So if you just wanted the images from your notes, you'd be able to open that up. This is an image from one of the notes we took. You could mark it up or blur things out if you needed to, for example. That will also work great. So this is how we can use the case file export to give us a zip file that we can use both for moving around to other installations of Hunchly and for using folks who don't have Hunchly. So when you're writing a report, however, it's slightly different. We can select generate a report here, which is a docx file, a Word document file. Everybody can use Word. This means open source folks and people who have Microsoft Word. Everybody can use it, which is great. And what does this actually look like? So we're just going to refresh again, and here we have the report ready. So we're going to click on it to download it. And now we can actually crack it open in Word. Perfect. So what does this report actually contain? So if we take a look at it here, we'll scroll down. We can see the case name, when the report was generated. The report is designed so that you can easily move information from inside of Hunchly and inside of this report into your own reporting template. Everybody has their own way of doing reports for clients or when preparing for court. So really the nice thing is you can grab your notes, for example, that already have the screenshot, some text. It's got the capture date, the hash, the URL. You also have the ability to scroll through the report and see a full case history. So again, here's your tagged photos. The full page history is there as well, and your search history as well. So this is a nice way to summarize the case up into a single report so you can easily ship it off to somebody for case review, or if you're pulling this information into your own reports. So this was a very quick tour of how you can get information kind of in and out of Hunchly, and also how to start using some of the reports that come out of Hunchly so that you can build your own. This concludes our Hunchly user series. I really appreciate you watching all of these videos. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to send us an email, support@hunch.ly. And we definitely hope you check out some of our other resources, our blog, and some of our dark web resources. Definitely check the site and let us know.